This is a video chart presentation of Intelligenics Corp. This is an OTCQX tier company trading our ticker IGXT. See just a real strong move so far in 2014. Stock seems to have found a bottom around 46 cents in December. Nice climb ever since. Big healthy pullback from the highs of $1.18. Bounced right off the 50-day moving average to rise to 95 cents. Stock slid back, holding right above that 50-day again with a move on Friday of about 3.5% to mark the third straight green close. So I'm going to pay attention to this, see if it's going to stay over top of this 50-day and try and make the next leg up to break through the resistance at 95 cents and potentially challenge these old highs. Now what I'm looking for in the MACD, you can see the histogram bars back on the rise, going along with the idea of the MACD making a higher low, holding over top of zero, looking for the next bullish cross to come in, tell me if there's a short-term shift in trend again as part of an overall uptrend to keep this chart looking bullish. Not getting a whole lot from the ADX, down pretty low. Positive and negative DIs, giving a little bit of hint that strength might come to the positive side. Let's see something a lot stronger. I want to see this ADX coming up like this, breaking through 20 and breaking through 30 to show that the direction is truly trending. Also not getting a lot from the MFI as the stock sold off those 95-cent highs. That's just a pretty neutral reading. Another day or so, all three of these components are going to be trending right there around 50, unless there's some real sharp price movement the next day or so. It's a nice look at the accumulation distribution, though. In general, still holding an uptrend, signaling that there's buying pressure in this stock. Shaking money flow in the green, saying that over 20-period intervals, buying pressure is still outweighing selling pressure. CCI right there at 0, just says the current price is right near the 20-day mean. Full stow, started curling with the buying the last couple days, a little bit of price movement. Still down below 50. Want to see it above that mark to indicate that momentum is staying strong in the chart. In the tricks, it's a slow moving indicator, but it looks like it's going to hold over top of 0 at this point. Again, I'll just be looking for the bullish cross like in the MACD to support the idea that the pressure is going to stay upward in this chart. RSIs, now they have moved a little bit more quickly. All three components over top of 50, which is exactly what I want to see. You can tell right through here when they first made the break, the bulls took control of momentum. And outside of this big pullback through here, the momentum has stayed pretty much bullish, and now it seems to be taking on a stronger look. So all things considered, given this sharp pullback here, and this slide from 95 back to 85 cents, the indicators are in pretty nice position. As I started this out with, what really caught my eye is to see if this chart's going to hold over top of that 50-day moving average. As far as technical analysis goes, a bullish chart is trending over top of the 50, and certainly the 200-day. But obviously at that down around 63 cents, 200-day is not too much of a concern at this point. Just looking for this chart to hold over top of the 50 to keep that bullish look. As far as support goes, there's a little bit that's been established right there at 85 cents. It's pretty short term, ties right in with the 50-day. So the 85-cent mark is where I'll be looking for the first level of support. Because below that, there's not a lot until I start coming down around here around 70 cents, which is a pretty hefty fall from closing Friday at 89. So with the lack of support in between those two, I'd be a little bit concerned if 85 fails. Now to the resistance side of things, 95 cents is where I'll be looking. Stock really seemed to hit a wall right there at 94, 95 cents since the move from the bottom of 70 cents in February. So I think that's going to be a key spot. This could be drawn out as a flag or a wedge pattern. Generally speaking, people go from closing to opening prices, which would put a triangle pattern somewhere through this area. So in that sense, it would be optimistic if the stock price can push through and try and break this recent trend line. But ultimately, I think that 95-cent mark is the important point. If it does move through that, I'd look for resistance start to pick up again right around $1.09, $1.10, with the primary resistance up at $1.18, those recent 52-week highs. You can see volume's been sliding off, really picked up heavy through here, trading 4 or 5 million, 6 million shares a day as the stock made the big move and the big retrace. But since then, generally seeing a slide, which is actually not a bad thing to see at all. Tells me that for the most part, people are holding on to see what's going to happen. So what I want to see now is an increase in volume start to happen to come off this 50-day, show that buying interest is picking back up, which will lend support to the idea that it's going to blow through resistance at 95 cents. All in all, though, pretty nice looking chart. Nice move off the bottom over the last few months. And I think it's worth keeping an eye on going forward, see if it's going to hold this 50-day, and if it's ready to make the next leg up. As always, merely my interpretation of the IGXT chart. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.